Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to the City of Healing. This is Angela. And yes, it is the night. Am I afraid? No, but I am cautious. It is the full moon eve. The full moon is tomorrow, April the 19th. And let me give you a view of this beautiful moon. Isn't she gorgeous? And I just couldn't resist. The night is warm. There's a beautiful soft wind, and the moon is glowing. She's gorgeous. And I just wanted to share the beauty of this almost full moon. And when thinking about, the moon, and I don't study astrology, but I've seen some YouTube channels, looked in astrological books, the almanac for 2019, and it shows, the positioning of the zodiacs with the different phases of the moon, and it is in Libra. And Libra, as we know, is the balance, originally known as Ma'at, the 42 laws of Ma'at, how to basically stay in balance. And so with this full moon, what I've considered is how imbalanced I am in my life, or imbalance, and what I can do to get myself in balance. Also, it's about cleansing. I don't know about you all, but it's been raining a lot here, and I've been in a lot of contemplation as to why it's raining so much. What does this mean? Um, what's going on metaphysically? What is nature trying to tell us? What is Mother Earth trying to tell us? And basically, I feel that it's cleansing. She's cleansing, getting ready for the new. And I believe that's what we need to be doing as well, cleansing and preparing ourselves for the new. It's about transformation. And so I just wanted to share that little bit of information that I do know about the moon, because it's very, very much so relevant and important to consider. Balance, transformation, and cleansing with the full moon, and our comparison, when looking at nature, of which our ancestors did, and how they not only survived but thrived as well. So I'm going to walk a little further and see if I can get a different angle of the moon. I know it's dark, but I'm fine. Also, I wanted to mention in one of my videos when I was talking about the 7 Hermetic Principles and my outfit of the day, feeling blue, I talked about the 7 Hermetic Principles, and the 7th Hermetic Principle, which, nature was speaking to me, and I knew it, but I didn't know how to incorporate it with that video at the time. But I'll let you in on what was going on. I tried to record the video previously, and as I mentioned, I don't do a lot of retakes of my videos as evidence of some of the things and corrections I say, bloopers or whatever you call it. I know it's not perfect, but anyway, I don't want to be perfect. That's my point. But I didn't post or upload that video because there was a big wind, and my wind chimes and everything was just going off, and I couldn't hear myself over the video, so I did it again. And then, as you all saw on that video, when I mentioned or start talking about the law, the seventh law, seventh American principle, gender, my phone fell over. So as we know, and as I've always said, there's no such thing as accidents or coincidences. So it was a lesson or something for me to gather from that. And what I got from it, and then consideration of it, and with this new moon is how imbalanced am I with the law of gender. Now I mentioned also with the law of gender that there's only two sexes, male, female, and we basically, I said in the video, and I didn't know if that's what nature was telling me, that it was incorrect or not, I'm not sure, but I said that we can incorporate both characteristics, because the female, is the creatress, and a man can create, right? And the male is the hunter, and we women are go-getters as well. And I considered my balance as to, everything that I'm doing now. I'm doing a lot of male characteristics, although I am all woman, you know, and I don't consider myself as manly with male traits, but those are. So, with me, with the sex I was born with, who I'm proud that I am born with as female, how imbalanced or imbalanced am I with that characteristics? Isn't she gorgeous? The moon. So let's go closer. So I just wanted to say that because that's a lesson for me to continue to contemplate and make a conclusion of, tomorrow with this full moon. And I've been thinking about it all along. I was like, is what I said, is it wrong? Because as I mentioned, that I wasn't sure if I was correct as to, because I didn't understand that law that well. So my conclusion is that I need to consider my balance or imbalance with the law of gender as to what sex I was born as. Am I too much of my masculine, my yang, or do I need to understand or acquire more yin, which, and with this life that I'm living, I don't consider it hard, but, I am a go-getter. I am accomplishing things. I have accomplished a lot of things, and I want to do more things. And I guess because of the way I was born, not born, but the way I was raised, I don't have a lot of expectation from others providing or doing for me. And that's definitely somewhat out of balance, I believe. So I'm going to contemplate on that and work on my balance and get more yin in my life. So, and I think that will help solve a lot. But that's what I wanted to come forth and share. The beauty of this moon, things to consider, balance in our lives, as well as transformation, cleansing, preparing for the new, and just how beautiful, this moon is. And just wanted to come forth and share that. And if there are any more information that you have about the law, the seventh hermetic principle, gender, please let me know. And look at that moon. She's so gorgeous. Try not to be out here too long because, if I had a little tent or something, I would just sit out here and go to sleep. I don't want to stay in my car, But this is really gorgeous. This moon is so bright, and this camera does not do it justice. And in my backyard, it's so nice because the trees, and it's so light, and there's a nice shadow of the trees on the ground. This camera wouldn't pick it up, but it's so gorgeous. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city. And if the moon is out in your town, go out, check it out, do a communication with it. I love the sun, but there's something something that stirs up in me about about the moon. It's just, I don't know. And the emotion that it stirs up with me is total peace and total satisfaction and happiness. I'm just happy. You know, some people say the moon, you know, of course it does change things. It changes tides, so it changes, stirs up things, emotions, and people as well. You know, if it can move tides, you know, it can move us humans emotionally as well. Because as we know, and I mentioned before, we are more than 75% water. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and I hope you all have a beautiful evening.